Hey everyone, and welcome. Today I am playing a Premodern match with Lester. I am playing the Rock, and he is playing Deadguy Ale. We're going to play a best of 5 match with this and see where it goes, see how everything works out. Playing on Magic Online should be a little easier for me to play and kind of narrate everything while I'm doing it. Looks like Lester won the die roll, chose to play first. This hand is pretty reliant on this Wall of Roots, but I'm going to keep it. If I'm able to get any of the 4-drops into play, then I think I should be in pretty good shape. Dark Ritual and Hypnotic Specter. Alright, that's a pretty good start for my opponent. Also, makes my hand a little bit vulnerable if I'm pitching the Wall of Roots. But we'll see what happens. I don't have a real quick way of dealing with this Hypnotic Specter after it's in play. The Pernicious Deed is probably the cleanest answer I have to it, but that will still take a number of turns. Alright, Wasteland killing my Treetop Village is not ideal. So I have a choice of playing the Llanowar Wastes and risking it to another Wasteland, or playing the Swamp and risking it to me discarding the Hypnotic Specter. I'm going to play the Swamp. I'm not sure. I guess it's probably more likely that I discard the Llanowar Waste than him having another Wasteland, so maybe that was wrong. But let's see if I get punished. Alright, discarding Deranged Hermit is probably ideal for me. Also gives me an out of if I draw a Recurring Nightmare in some point in the near future that I can set that up. My opponent has not played any swamps, which is kind of interesting. Alright, so I got this Wall of Roots. So the question is, if he plays another black source, am I going to block this Nantuko Shade? Alright, well, a Duress will miss, so that's not too bad for me. Okay, so I'll definitely block now. I guess Dark Ritual is still a possibility, but I guess Swords of Plowshares. Alright, that gets exiled. Still, things might not be that bad. He only has 1 card in hand. I guess I need to draw a green source pretty quick. Otherwise this Hypnotic Specter will do some work. Alright, discarding the Swamp's not good. Alright, I can't do anything there. So I really need a green source on the next turn, otherwise I'm definitely in trouble. He's not able to get black mana off this right now, but he's still probably willing to pump this at least once. I guess it depends on what's in his hand. If he's attacking for 4... I mean, if he attacks for 5, then I go to 6, and anytime I use this, then I'm on Vendetta. Is not good. I'm just dead here. Alright. We're going to play a best of 5, so I'm not going to make any changes with the sideboard at this point. I would like to play first. This hand seems fine. It's a little bit slow, but definitely solid keep. I'll start with the Treetop Village. I could get Wastelanded, but if he's just going to open and go Wasteland, I have enough lands in my hand. I think that's okay. He will start with a Duress. He's going to take the Recurring Nightmare. Alright. I'm going to play the Mishra's Factory because I already have a non-basic in play. And there's a chance I want to attack with it next turn. Mesmeric Fiend. Because it doesn't really matter from my perspective. Okay, so he takes the Ravenous Baloth. So I could play Deed. I could also attack with Treetop Village, or I could attack with Factory. I'm going to play the Deed. That way it just sets up nicely that I can play a 4-drop, maybe a 5-drop, and then... Because most of his deck is really low converted mana cost. I don't think he has anything that's 4. I will block here. Alright, second Deed. I'm just going to run out this Blastoderm. And at this point, he really kind of has to react to this. The question is, how much would he need to commit to the board for me to want to break the Pernicious Deed? Interesting. So Braids is a 4-mana 2/2 that makes players sacrifice stuff. I'm going to sacrifice this Wall of Blossoms because it has a converted mana cost of 2, and I might be activating Deed in the near future. So my options are to Deed for 2, attack, and then I could also attack with Treetop Village. I think I'm going to do that, especially with another Pernicious Deed in hand, because then he's just going to fall behind on board, and I'm dealing him a bunch of damage. So... This is a pretty aggressive line, but... Oh no, I missed my combat step. Well, that's not ideal. I guess I will play another Pernicious Deed then. Yeah, he's willing to throw away the Braids, otherwise he's just going to keep falling behind. So I will play this and pass a turn. So the next turn I have the option of playing more to the board, like with Ravenous Baloth, or I could attack with Treetop Village and Mishra's Factory. Okay. I'm guessing, well, I think either way, like if he doesn't play anything, I might just attack with Treetop Village and Mishra's Factory. I guess it's... If I draw a land, then I think I'll play the Ravenous Baloth and attack with the Factory. Alright, now that changes things a little bit. So I could Deed for 2 again. And then attack for 8. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm just gonna keep the pressure because it like if I'm able to remove his creatures, even though I'm using these deeds, he's got to find an answer. Like his life total actually becomes a liability then. Crunch over for 8. Alright, so he's got 5 lands. Alright, more Mesmeric Fiends. takes Deranged Hermit. And another Shade. So the Shade could get 2 toughness. Am I willing to trade? I could activate with attack with all my lands. He could trade with Shade for the village or the factory. I'm gonna do that. I guess the worst thing I think that could happen is if him having Vendetta, but I'm gonna take this opportunity to attack. My guess is he trades with the Treetop Village. But at this point, if he only has 1 card in his hand, and I have a lot of pressure in my hand, I guess the Blastoderm is going to die, but I'll be able to play Ravenous Baloth. And if I draw land, then I can attack with a factory too. So he's not blocking with the Mesmeric Fiend. I'm dealing 8. Okay. Well, this is lethal in 2 turns then. More land. That's... Okay. So he's attacking with Mesmeric Fiend. Oh, okay. And a Shade for him. That's pretty good. So... Alright. At this point, the Shade can be too big. I'm going to play Ravenous Baloth. He's kind of committed to... He can't really attack with this... I mean, I guess he could attack... He can't really attack with the Shade. So... Doesn't have any cards in hand. He's got 7 lands. I'm fine if he attacks with a Shade. If he deals me 9 damage, that's fine. I have enough cards that I could block with. I just need to either get enough creatures. So, okay, so I could play... I'm going to play Wall of Blossoms and hope to draw a green source. Okay. This Vendetta does not do anything typically. I don't think there's any non-black creatures in this deck. Yeah, once I get this Deranged Hermit, then this Nantuko Shade is not as good for him to attack with. I'm going to play this, plan on just paying the Echo and then attacking next turn. So even if this Deranged Hermit gets removed, I'm still attacking for 4 with the Squirrels, 4 with the Baloth, and planning on tapping this, so still attacking for 8. So if he had a removal spell for that, alright, is this Vindicate mana? Okay, so he's targeting the factory. Okay, so I can't pay Echo. Okay. His Shade can get 4, so it can have 5 toughness. I would like to draw a Recurring Nightmare. Alright, so if I threw away this Baloth, 1, 2, 3, 4, I'd be attacking for... Yeah, I'm going to do that because then I am going to get back a Deranged Hermit. And I can still gain 4 life. And dealing 3 damage. Yeah, his blocks are pretty much forced. I'll let him use all his mana. I'll sack this. And after I get back the other Deranged Hermit and make a bunch of squirrels, I should be in really good shape. Alright, he's in his last revenge. I guess this Deranged Hermit's dying, but that's okay. Alright. Now we do get to go to sideboards now. So these Vendettas are not very good. Edict is fine. The other card I might want to bring in is Duress. I don't know, I don't feel like I need that many discard spells. I think I'd just rather put in these Diabolic Edicts. They're okay. There are ways to deal with Hypnotic Specter, or if he puts a lot of mana in, I might be able to get a Nantuko Shade. Are there any other cards that I'm not very interested in? I think all the other cards I like pretty much. I don't know how much tribal synergy. Shade, Specter, no, that's not. I don't think there's very much overlap. All right. So Lester is on the play. So the things I fear the most are turn 1 Phyrexian Arena or turn 1 Hypnotic Specter. So this hand, it's not good against those two things, but other than that, I think it's good. It's a little slow. The problem is like, do you want to mulligan a serviceable hand against a deck with a bunch of discard? I'm going to keep this. Alright, so at this point, I'm going to Cabal Therapy him. I don't think he has Dark Ritual. I'm going to name... So, I'm just going to name... I mean... I'm just going to name Hypnotic Specter. Two Verdicts, 2 Withered Wretch. Okay. So, he does not have a Wasteland. He played a Caves. And a Verdict. What cards do I want to discard? So, is my plan to use Cabal Therapy on Withered Wretch, but then he has another Verdict? I'm going to discard a Ravenous Baloth and a Llanowar Wastes. I'm going to Therapy and take Most likely the Withered Wretch. Well, then I have to discard 2 cards. So we're both like playing off the top, it feels like, and I have a Treetop Village in play. The thing is, like, to the Withered Wretch, does it do enough? I guess it's outclassed by all my things. I'm just gonna take the other Verdict. Oh, did he have a second one? Is that what he drew? Nice. Alright. Well, that's lucky. Here comes a Wretch. Probably exiling a Cabal Therapy. I will attack with a Treetop Village. He'll exile the Therapy. Do I lead with Blastoderm or Ravenous Baloth? I'm going to play the Blastoderm. Okay, so he has a Withered Wretch in his hand. Does that change what I want to do? I don't think so. I'm still going to play the Blastoderm. So at this point he like just really can't. I guess he could trade both creatures and a pump. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna attack here. I'm fine if he's trading Nantuko Shade and a Withered Wretch for my Blastoderm. I guess I'll lead with Duress. I don't know what would be in his hand for me to change my mind. Ah, well, that's interesting. Okay. So his Shade becomes 5 power. Yeah, I'm just gonna play this guy. And then pass. I mean, if I ever draw Deed here, then that's really, really good for me. Alright, he has another land. City of Brass. 1, 2, 3, 4. So his Shade would become 5 toughness. I'm just going to attack with the Blastoderm. Alright, well that gets a chunk in, so that's good. I'm gonna leave this City of Brass in my hand. I guess. Yeah, at this point my creature's just like outclass his, so factory. Alright, well, I'll get another attack in with this Blastoderm. And then I pretty much, I think I'm waiting until I draw a deed or another Blastoderm or something. In a turn, what would this be? Oh, probably just Withered Witch activations. Oh. Swords of Plowshares. Well, first, I will sacrifice this. And then I'll sacrifice the Ravenous Baloth. I mean, it's going to get exiled anyways, because of Withered Wretch, but... Alright. Well, I like my board position a lot less now. But I still think we're in decent shape. A lot of our draws are pretty good. Where his cards are less powerful. Him just using all his mana... Well, okay, so... Yeah, because even if he's attacking with a Nantuko Shade, I'm able to attack back with Mishra's Factory and Treetop Village. Okay, he's attacking with Shade. Yeah. I could double block with the lands, but I don't think that's worth it. Alright, so here I can't really attack with the Treetop Village because of the 2 Withered Wretches. Okay. Do I want to offer up a trade of a Mishra's Factory for 1 Withered Wretch? I don't think I do. The reason being is Mishra's Factory holds off and eats a Withered Wretch on its own, and if I ever draw Deed, then I'm just getting rid of the Withered Wretches anyways, so I'm just going to wait. I will block here. Just make him use his mana. Because my Mishra's Factory and Treetop Village are holding off the Withered Wretches anyways. And I was hoping to draw this anyways. So, I'm just going to do this now. And... I guess I can activate this for 2. And then I'll attack with the Treetop Village. Alright, he's got 2 cards in hand. But I'm like I feel like his only good card right now is Nantuko Shade. And even if he has that, he has 3 mana, it would have 4 toughness, so I guess it would be pretty good. I was gonna say there might be a spot where I'd be able to just attack again. Alright. Braids, I'm okay with that. I'll get rid of Llanowar Wastes. City of Brass probably. Let's see, one, two. Play Wall of Roots. Guess I could have done that later. I definitely want to attack with this Treetop Village. I am going to wait with the Mishra's Factory. think he's not forced to block, but him just losing resources while he's taking damage is not very good for him. So. And if I'm just able to play the top card of my deck, I'm immune to all his discard spells. His Mesmeric Fiends, Duresses, Gerrard's Verdict. Alright, another Braids. Probably just going to do the same thing. Guess I should stop on my upkeep. I'm gonna make this a creature and then sack the Llanowar Wastes. Alright, he didn't block that time, which is interesting. I mean, I guess he's got enough lands where he's able to just sacrifice. I will do the same thing. Nice, alright. Yep, just gonna attack with the village. No reason to trade away the factory right now. He's pausing. Does he have a removal spell? Okay. Alright, well, he's playing off the top. So if he doesn't have anything, Hypnotic Specter. How do I want to play this? I'm going to sacrifice this, excuse me, a swamp. I guess, yeah, it's interesting because I don't want to commit to activating the Treetop Village because if I draw a card that I want to play, then I'd lose it to the Hypnotic Specter. Ooh. Oh. Well, if I... I mean, at least I can play it. Question is am I attacking with Treetop Village? I'm not going to. I don't have any creatures in my graveyard. Alright, he sacrificed the Braids, which is pretty good for me. Cause yeah, he draws Wasteland, which is good for him, but and he can't attack. So just there's a lot of my draws are really good. Such as that one. So if he just has a land, then I'm going to attack with the factory because he's obligated to block this. Okay. Another Specter. Okay. Well, I'm definitely... Well, I guess it depends on what I draw, but I will attack with this if it's not detrimental to my mana. Alright. Yeah, I don't think he should have attacked there. But he's in a tough spot either way. Alright. So I got game 2, so I'm now up 2-1. This hand's good. I like this. Alright, so he doesn't have a start. I'm going to start by duressing him. So he has 2 arenas and a source of plowshares. I'm going to take the swords. Next turn I'll Cabal Therapy him for the arena. So that seems pretty good. Oh, I drew a dark ritual. That's unfortunate. Do I want to use a Cabal Therapy to get another arena? Do I think he's going to play a second one? I don't think he will. But maybe I'm wrong. This will be kind of interesting whether he decides to run out a second Phyrexian Arena and have 2 of them active at once, or if he's trying to hold them. Alright, Hypnotic Specter. That does make things awkward for me. So I have the option of playing Wall of Blossoms and Cabal Therapy, or just attacking with Treetop Village. I'm going to play Wall of Blossoms. I probably will not play the therapy. Alright, because this at least gives me the option of playing, if this doesn't hit my factory out, then I can play one of these 2 next turn. I'm going to use my mana, because I'm not too excited about this, but I think I'm going to be tapping out the next few turns, so I am going to get the use out of it while I can. Let's see what the Hypnotic Specter hits. Alright, hits the Ravenous Baloth. Okay. And now I will just play a Blastoderm. I guess I had the option of playing a Wall of Roots, and that way next turn I could play a Deranged Hermit. But I think I'd rather have the 5/5 that he can't target, especially because a lot of the times the Hermit... Yeah, because I want to get this in play first, because if I have to tap out twice, then it's much better to have a 5/5 in play first. Alright, he hit a Hermit. Another Hypnotic Specter. So I pretty much need to just play out my hand as much as I can. So if I don't draw a mana source... Okay. So I think I play the Hermit. I think, yeah. I'm going to attack with the Hermit, or the Blastoderm, and I'll play the Hermit. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, no. I F6'd. Alright, well, that was not ideal. Alright, well, I guess that makes things interesting. So there goes a Hermit and the Wall of Roots. But if he doesn't have a formidable creature, I'm able to attack for a lot. Alright, well that's his best creature. Still, it can only have at most 1, 2, 3, 4 toughness. I guess he could have a Dark Ritual, so I'm going to do this first. Swords Plowshares, alright. I will attack with this Blastoderm. Okay. So his life total is getting pretty low, and if with me having one more attack with the Blastoderm and these 2-man lands, well, he needs to play a creature because I'd be attacking for 10. So if he doesn't play anything, then I think I sacrifice this to flashback Cabal Therapy and name Swords of Plowshares. Alright. The 2 activations of the lands would be enough to attack for 5. Alright, so looks like the Rock was able to come out on top. Because, yeah, once I was able to stabilize my cards, the card quality I have is just better. Okay.